It's been a memorable day here at the Headingley Leeds, where one side you've got India marching into the semis, strong, confident and dominant, and on the other side, the atmosphere was filled with love and respect for Ian Gould and Lasith Malinga. Join us at the review. I've got with me Sourav Ganguly and Kumar Sangakkara. Hello and welcome to the review. I'm Ridhima. India win against Sri Lanka by 7 wickets. And what a day it's been here, because where do you get to see a match where you see 3 centuries? Sort of all in all, India has dominated
this tournament, to be honest, except that blip against England. They've just been outstanding. They've dominated every side, and once again today, at the halftime, me and Sanga were talking about whether 260 would be defendable or not. And Sri Lanka didn't have control at all throughout the 40 overs of the second half. Yes, Angelo Matthews was superb. KL Rahul was gutsy. It was a fighting innings. It was an innings of substance. You know, you grind and get 100. But for me, it was the hitman again. What a World Cup he's having. You be in good form. Yes, it's important. But when you're in good form, you make so many hundreds, and that's why it's special. Sanga has had about 4 in a World Cup in 2015. I've had 3 in a World Cup in 2003. But to get to 5 and all quality sides, it's special. And this format of the game is terrific. And I just don't understand why he doesn't get consistent opportunity in Test cricket.
Right. Sanga, you've made 4. What does it take to have 5 centuries in the World Cup? I mean, you really have to play absolutely free cricket.
Not just free, it's about falling into that pattern and rhythm of scoring runs, really restarting. It's kind of rinse and repeat process where you understand conditions early on, you assess your bowlers, and then you build your innings according to the tempo of the day and the requirement of whether you're setting or chasing down a total. The real thing is to keep things simple and manageable throughout your innings, target the bowlers that you want to attack, and once you fall into that rhythm, it's just a case of staying in the present, in that moment. Don't think too far ahead, don't think of what's going behind or before. Just think of what you need to do for your side. The simpler you keep it, the more runs you get. And Rohit is in that zone right now. He's focused and ready. And I reckon there's still more runs in him in this World Cup.
So with that kind of record, where do you place him in the all-time greats?
Well, I think for the all-time greats, he's got a lot more time. He's a fantastic player in his own right. He will definitely be up there in terms of the greatest white ball batsman. But I think even in Test cricket, Rohit has a lot to offer India. It's again up to him to decide where he fits into the team and how he's going to change his game for the red ball format. He's a complete player. But again, he's got to keep believing it as well every time he walks out of what he's capable.
Right. Sort of KL Rahul getting that century, how crucial it is to have that to boost your confidence as you head into the semis.
Very important. And he's got runs in the competition after Shikhar Dhawan left. He got injured and he left the World Cup. He's got 50s, 30s and 70s and now 100. So in his 5 knocks, it's not that he's not got runs. But 100 is always 100. And it sends a message to the dressing room that, you give me a chance at the top, I'll play you match-winning innings. And he's got capability of that. You've seen that in Test cricket. He hasn't had consistent opportunities in one-day cricket. He started as an opener. You don't get a chance when you have the likes of Dhawan, Rohit and Kohli, your top 3. So he has to go down to the middle. And then when you push him back again at the top, he gets 100 for you. He's a quality player, and the selectors, I know, will look after him. The management will look after him because he's in his future. The likes of him and Pant will take this team forward. So very happy for him. It's come at the right time because they go to the semi-finals now. I don't know who they will play, whether it's New Zealand or England. And when you get into a semi-final with 100, it's good for the team. So it's not just Rohit Sharma. You talk about form. KL Rahul's in form. Kohli is in form. And I think it's good news for India.
Right. And KL Rahul looked a little different after his 50. What changed for him?
I think it's confidence. When you're taking somebody's place, you know that you got to keep scoring, otherwise he'll come back and take it back, which happens to everyone, not just KL Rahul. So you're tentative, you are a little bit fidgety at the top of your innings, but when you get to 50, you realize your potential from inside, and that's when you start showing how good you are. And that's why I believe that giving a fair run to anybody is very important. You cannot have someone in the squad with the sword of getting dropped hanging over his neck all the time, so that he plays with freedom. And only when you play with freedom, you would play match-winning innings. And I firmly believe that I was captain. So once he got that 50, it was that confidence in him which allowed him to play a lot freer. Once he got that 100, the 2 shots of Malinga, one over cover and one over mid-on, these are not easy cricketing shots, but that is what he's capable of. So he's a terrific player, as I said, and the selectors, the management, the captain need to look after him.
Right. Kumar, one positive for Sri Lanka was Angelo Matthews with that 100 there. How do you place him on his position with the young Sri Lankan squad going forward?
Well, he's almost an elder statesman. He's not that old in terms of years, but experience-wise, he's the man with the most in the Sri Lankan side. He's also their best batsman. So today, the way he batted is exactly the way he should bat every time. Just keep that tempo and rhythm going, accelerate when it's called for. And today he managed to keep his head. He had wickets falling all around him, but he didn't get too nervous. He didn't put some extra burden of pressure upon himself. He just batted. And the way he handled Jadeja and forced him to bowl full and then went down the ground, exploiting the straight shot, a boundary, again shows his state of mind. I think he has another World Cup in him. It's just a case of him sitting down with the leadership group, with the selectors, and talking about what that future is going to be, what the core of the side should be, and then building from there.
And what does the Sri Lankan cricket need to do going forward?
Well, the most important thing is to really be consistent in sticking with the right players. Identification number one about the core of the team. And they've got quite a wide selection here, with Avishka Fernando being one of the front runners. Seniors, young players, a good mix. Build the team around that core. You have a year to a year and a half of finding out whether they're capable of staying for the long run and who that 15 to 20 squad for the next World Cup is going to be. Once you make that assessment, you stick with them until that World Cup. So they play consistently, day in, day out, tournament after tournament, series after series, together. It allows them to have confidence in themselves, in each other, and it allows them not to just grow as individual players, but also as a cohesive unit.
Right.
So that's something that Sri Lanka has lacked, that consistency, that trust and that care from all those around the players. Hopefully that will change, and hopefully we'll revamp the first-class structure to give them the quality of cricket.
Right.
For me, the bowling. The bowling has to get better. They've always had great spinners, during our era. They had an absolute champion in their side who could pick wickets at any stage of the game, anywhere in the world, and that was Muthaiya Muralidharan. They had Rangana Herat, they had Ajanta Mendis for a little period of time. Sri Lanka always had bowling, Chaminda Vas, but the bowling looks very ordinary. Now with Malinga going, there will be a lot more pressure on the young fast bowlers who are to pick themselves up. Good teams have good bowling attacks, and if you don't have a good bowling attack, look at what's Bumrah done to Indian cricket, Indian fast bowling. Look at what Mohammad Shami has done to Indian fast bowling. Australia, Stark, Cummins, they just win cricket matches. So Sri Lanka need to get the bowling back.
Right, and guess who's just joined us? Lasith Malinga. First of all, I have to tell you that we did this poll with the fans today, and they've given you a lot of love and said that they'll really, really miss you, and they love everything about your persona as well as your bowling.
Thank you. Then, yes, I think I'm really happy to play last couple of years with the national team, and franchise cricket also, all the fans are behind me. And I really want to thank for them, and because of my success, they encourage me and they support me. Then I'm really happy to end of my career also. Today also playing against India, and a lot of support I get it against Indian people also. Then I feel I'm really happy to retire at the moment.
What are the kind of emotions that you're going through?
Only thing is, cricketing wise, my Sri Lanka team is not that marked this World Cup, and young players didn't have that much experience. They need to get experience and accurate the situation handling. I think they are young still. I feel they need to get more matches, and they have to know how to handle their international career, like pressure situations. Then they are lacking that part. I hope next few years they will learn that, and they do good job for the national team.
Right.
Yeah, just from me personally, I think there's no doubt that you've had the most amazing career and one of the most important bowlers to play the game world over, not just for Sri Lanka. What do you think Sri Lanka needs to do in terms of building a proper side for the next World Cup? Question one. And are you going to play a few more matches for Sri Lanka from here?
I feel I want to win another one match against the Sri Lankan people. with them. I think that's my last match, I feel. Then Sri Lankan wise is cricketers. I feel I got that 16 years experience. The bowling people need to skillful and accurate. If they have that two option, they can handle any situation. They didn't have any pressure. Because of most of the time now in Sri Lankan bowlers, they have all the footage and they have analyzed in everything. But they know what they have to do. But still they didn't have that skill. They didn't have control. They didn't have to, like, if you want to bowl 6 Yorkers, you have to bowl. We can't say, I'm not prepared to that. You are international bowler, you have to do that. Then still bowler have to be a wicket-taking bowler. Then they need to learn wicket-taking option, maybe 1 or 2 option. But most of the time we are depending only 1 wicket-taking option. We need to get that 2 option, the wicket-taking option.
Having said that, Malinga, my question for you is that do you think once you finish playing, you can get all these skills instilled in these young fast bowlers? Because when Sri Lanka were at their best, they had you at their best, Murli at their best, Vas at his best, and then the likes of Sangakkara and Jayawardene and the rest. Good teams have good bowling sides. So you reckon once you finish the game, you'll have a role to play in Sri Lankan cricket?
I feel I got experience the last 16 years. I feel I have that good relationship with them and what they need to learn. But most of the time they are just bowling line and length.
Because they're saying you're only helping Bumrah and you need to help the Sri Lankan team.
But I don't know what's expecting for me in the Sri Lanka cricket board. But anyone need to learn some pressure situation, how to handle situation and skill training. Because I feel that when I got a Yorker, slow ball, I bowl after ball, ball after ball. Most of the time people are doing 1 ball Yorker, 1 slow ball, that mixing. That means they didn't have that control and consistent. Consistency is very important. I feel that kind of thing bowlers have to improve, skill-wise and mentally-wise.
I think on behalf of the Sri Lankan fans and as a former teammate, I would just like to say thank you and what an amazing career you've had. I think the whole country is grateful. You've shared your knowledge, not both locally, internationally as well. You've been a superstar and we'll all miss you on the day that you decide to call it quits. Thank you again, Lasith.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lasith Malinga.
Well done.
Thanks
Great
a lot.
stuff.
We'll miss you on the world stage. Thank you. All right. Well, with that, we've got one fan question. By the end of today, we'll figure out who will India play, but who do you prefer?
And I don't underestimate anyone in sport when it gets to the semi-final, but I think quietly inside they'll want to play New Zealand. But New Zealand beat them in the warm-up game at the Oval, but that was a different India then and a different India now. So if I was Virat Kohli, I wouldn't quietly mind playing New Zealand.
What about you, Kumar? Who do you prefer?
Well,
India
I have no
playing?
horse in the race anymore, so may the better team win is what I say. But yeah, I agree with Sourav. I think India would secretly want to play New Zealand, and it could well be that way, the way South Africa is playing Australia at the moment. But it'll be 2 fantastic semi-finals.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thanks a lot. You've been
you.
amazing to work with today. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much for joining us. We reached the business end of this tournament. Things just get hotter and it gets even more intense. By the end of the day, we'll find out who will India play, whether it'll be New Zealand or England. Thank you for watching.
Early rain has disappeared. Sri Lanka won the toss, decided to have a bat on a used surface. We are ready for action.
You should call me before I go.
Yep, gone, he's walking.
There's something good though in feeling more. You should call me before I go.
The ball turns and he gets the wicket.
There's a million other people.
A slower ball bumper.
You know I could have a good one if I like. Yeah, you ain't gonna learn to love me. There's no lie.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's the one the crowd loves because the ball is in the air forever.
It's not been Malinga's day, but it's been Rohit Sharma's.
He can rest happy that he's given everything.
I can't